If you can't focus, then you can't do mentally tough work. And bear in mind that majority of work that will get you money and success are mental work. So let's take an example. Guy one knows exactly what he needs to do to quit his 9 to 5 job. It's YouTube for him. So he starts writing the script for his YouTube video. But after 15 minutes in, his brain starts to come up with shit he did 5 years ago. His brain comes with those useless thoughts that don't let him work for longer. Then he gets up and scrolls to YouTube and watches some YouTube video and calls it productive with an excuse that, hey, I'm watching a video on how to make a good YouTube thumbnail. Now, at this exact moment, guy 1 knows exactly what he needs to do. He has the knowledge to do it, but he's just not doing it. Sounds like you, doesn't it? So, for this guy 1, his top 1% of task is scripting, but he's refusing to do it because he lacks focus to do it. Just like every other task, video editing, studying requires focus, and without that, you can't work for longer. And if you can't work for longer, then you can't expect to be successful. So, in this video, you learn exactly how to improve your attention span and focus, but you have to watch it till the end, no skipping around, and just watch the full length video. There is a reason why you lack focus. It's because your brain thinks that there is something important on social media that you might miss out on, and your brain thinks that using phone is good for rest break. Well, we first have to break these myths so that your brain cannot use these excuses. So let's first talk about something important on social media that you might miss out. Here, let's take YouTube for example. Your brain will say, oh, your favorite YouTuber might have posted something useful that will help us. When you are working on something important and you are having difficult time doing the work, it's mentally painful, but after a few minutes into it, you get into focus zone where you are really focused and have zero thoughts and your productivity is skyrocketed. However, the problem is when you break that focus zone by checking notification and going on YouTube or using your phone in general, what this does is it stops you from doing the hard work that gets you result in life. For example, studying, video editing, YouTube scripting, it will keep you distracted and you will take longer and longer to finish your work, and it also keeps delaying your work and it will keep delaying your work, which leads to you getting frustrated and quit. This is also reason why people quit YouTube learning new things. It leads to poor productivity, bad sleep because you're now doing your work close to bed time. Also, there was an experiment that took two groups. One group was given weed while they were working, and the other group was given phone. And what scientists observed is that both groups have same level of reduced attention span and same level of distraction. So now you exactly know how bad it is to use your phone while working. It is as bad as weed. Now to break this, what you need to do is to have a specific time at the end of your day. For example, 7:20 p.m. where you will scroll on YouTube and watch YouTube videos, but for the rest of the day you will not touch the YouTube unless you absolutely need to. For example, watching a lecture on YouTube for your exam. For that, what you can do is you can use PC to watch it, and on PC use this extension called Productive YouTube. What it does is blocks out everything on home page, but when you search a topic on YouTube, it will show thumbnail and title just like normal. And when you click back on YouTube homepage, it will block both thumbnail and title. It's for free, so you don't have to pay me anything. Just search it on Chrome and install it. Now you have to be disciplined not to scroll on search topic because there is no extension for that. As for why to have a scrolling time at the end of the day is because it will give your brain a security that you are not missing out on anything, and also the fact that there might actually be something important. And also the scrolling time is applicable for all types of social media, not just YouTube. And if you feel like that some app cannot fit into it, like for example, you have WhatsApp group of college and you have to check it early in morning to see test syllabus, then try to have a fixed schedule to use it in morning like 10 a.m. but make it uniform, because this uniform schedule has a power that your brain gets used to doing the same thing at same time every day. This is what they do in military. They have the same time for exercise, eating, training, running. It also helps you avoid confusion on what to do on specific time. Many people have this question that what to do with my time. They have the time but they don't know what to do with that time. This is also the reason why when people are in job they are more productive than when they are at home trying to work on a business because your time schedule is not uniform. So I highly suggest that you make your own timetable and goal list with time limit, because if you ever seen a construction labor, what their contractor do is tell them that this task, let's say concrete filling, do it in 4 hours. What happens is that they do it in less than 4 hours and then they rest. So rest was your incentive for the goal of filling the concrete. This is exactly what you need to do with your goal list. Make a goal list for entire day just before bed and set time limit. And most importantly, set some reward like reading fiction, playing sport, doing some hobby. But what you don't want reward is to be scrolling on your phone. Which brings me to the second point, that your brain thinks it's a good rest break after a hard task. But in reality, using your phone is not a rest. It's still work. It's just that it's a fun work. And the issue is that you don't get any rest. So there was an experiment where scientists put a brainwave measuring machine on people's head. There was an experiment where scientists put an brainwave measuring device on the people using phone and taking actual rest like laying down on bed. What they found was when people were using their phone, their brain was not at rest. They think they were resting, but their brain was working and getting tired. But the people who took the real rest, their brain was recovering from work. So when you need to take rest, take a real rest, like going outside the home, laying on bed. You do not want to use your phone because your brain is already tired after brain frying mental work. Because as I said, most work that gets you success are mental work, not physical work. Your brain needs to take rest so that it can get ready for next big task. If it doesn't get rest, it cannot perform well the next time. You can try this out for yourself. Take 10 minutes of mental rest. Take 10 minutes of actual rest after doing some mental work like studying, and then do the next mental work. After that, try it once, and then next time use your phone for rest, and you can see results for yourself that which one provided you a better mental performance for next mental work. Till now I explained you how to avoid using your phone while working and while resting, and why. So the next thing is that you need to understand that multitasking in general is bad for your focus and attention span. So think about what are the tasks that you do multitasking which are reducing your focus and attention span. For example, eating while watching a YouTube video is actually bad for your attention span, because your brain has to eat, watch the YouTube video, listen to what YouTuber has to say, and also understand the meaning. So don't watch any YouTube video whilst eating, not your mind. Another example would be gym. Don't work out while listening to YouTube videos. Use some good non-degenerate music instead. Why? Because your brain has to use muscles while trying to understand what the YouTube video has saying, which is multitask. Again, bad for your focus. Plus one more thing, when people do this type of activities, they think they are being productive, but in reality, they don't even understand the video properly. They don't understand the video properly. No, cut that one out. They don't even remember the video that much, and certainly don't apply any bit of what they learned. And also nowadays there is a trend of audiobook, where in ad they show a guy working out while listening to an audiobook. What I want to say about that is, don't consume a content for any format like video, audio, book that you cannot make notes out of and that you cannot implement in life. Learning, if you think about it, it shouldn't be when you are distracted. Let's take an example here. Do you want to learn the hardest subject of your degree that you have the exam of the next week when you are distracted, like while eating or working out? Or do you want to learn it? Most of you will say whilst being focused, because you have to apply what you learn the next week in exam. So my point is that why don't we do the same with every type of knowledge that we consume? Why does it has to be limited to only college? You should first choose a knowledge that will get you somewhere in life. You should never consume useless knowledge and call it productive. Instead, call it enjoyment and time pass. Never consume any type of knowledge while being distracted. And never consume any type of knowledge while being distracted. Because what I believe is that it's not knowledge, it's the actions that gets you far ahead in life. Because, well, let's say there are fat people, they know what they need to do, they should go to gym. So here they have the knowledge that they'll lose fat if they go to gym, but they don't do that. That's why we have the fat epidemic. So you see, it's actions that matters. You may say that, well, does that mean I should not consume knowledge? Well, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that only consume useful information, because it's just like calories. Back in the days when we didn't have a lot of food, it made sense that to consume as much calories as you can to survive famine, but now we have very cheap calories. And we need to restrict our calorie intake because we have got fat. Same for knowledge. Back in the days, the knowledge was scarce, so it made sense to consume as much knowledge as you can. But now we are overloaded with knowledge. You open YouTube and get bombarded with knowledge. So you need to restrict your knowledge and consume high quality knowledge only to lose brain fat, which is attention span disorder or lack of focus, whatever you want to call it. Having said all this, I would like to add one last point, that when it is okay to multitask. An answer to that is that it is okay to multitask shallow tasks, such as making protein shake in mixer while cooking a meal, running and talking to a friend. These type of activities don't fry up your brain because your brain doesn't have to learn while making protein shake and cooking a meal. And these shallow tasks should be multitask, because what I don't want is you spending too much time and effort on these shallow tasks. What I suggest for this type of shallow task, like replying to a YouTube comment as a YouTuber, installing a new Windows update, is that do them in batch so that you can do multiple of them at the same time. Now you may be saying, how do I install Windows and comment reply to the comments at the same time? Well, it's simple. Just install Windows on PC and use your phone for replying. Just in case someone was asking like how that one didn't make any sense. So now you know how. But what I don't want you to be doing is that you learning from anything like YouTube videos or audiobook while working. So in summary, don't be working while learning, or don't be learning while working. If you like the video, then you might want to click on the like and subscribe button. Why? Because that will kind of give you like a motivation to make this type of high quality videos where the guy is talking something different than what most conventional YouTubers will say. Like most YouTubers, they just copy paste orders, don't change anything, copy from ChatGPT. Like this is a new trend as well, that people will copy from ChatGPT or any other AI, paste it onto some other talking head AI, where there's a AI that is kind of like a human and it talks, and they just make a YouTube video. These are the low quality video. So if you don't like this type of content of AI generated, you must subscribe to my channel, because what that will do is it will give rise to the high quality content. So yeah, if you like the video, click on the like button, and if you have any suggestion, you can tell me in the comments. And if you want me to cover a different topic, some other type of topics, then you can also put that in the comment. And if you don't like the video, well, that's okay, you can click on dislike, but just if possible, give me a suggestion for why you didn't like the video.